It's not just that he sings too loud and out of key directly in my ear, but his breath smells like sulfur.
What's sulfur smell like?
A rotten egg.
Well, Francie, why don't you say something to him?
Oh, yeah, right, Dad. Hey, Billy, what died in your mouth? For that matter, your father's mouth and your dog's mouth.
Not to mention his brother.
Tom has bad breath?
The whole family.
It must be hereditary. Oh, Nathan, please, my one and only big brother, beat him up for me. Put him in one of those girly wrestling holds of yours and strangle every last bad breath and off-key note out of.
Get off of me.
But alas, no, my princely older brother turns out to be a frog.
Shut up, Francie.
Hey, I'm not the one who quit the football team. To what? To wrestle? Generations of dead Bedfords are turning in their graves as we speak.
Can I call Opal when we get home?
If you want to. But you know, Opal doesn't live here anymore, and she's got a life of her own now.
I know.
What's going on?
They're pulling the bus out of the river today. There it is. I can't think of a worse way to die than to drown. Except maybe a fire.
Why'd the driver try to kill the colored people?
He didn't try to, John. Morgan, it was an accident.
Then why did Daddy want him to go to jail?
Because that's his job.
I bought 2 yards of printed cotton for Adelaine's birthday dress, which costs 89 cents a yard. Coming out the store, we seen Hattie. I could feel the anger coming off of her. Then Adelaine, a foolish child, says, when Marcus died in that bus, did he go off to play in the fields with the angels? I could see the anger breaking up inside Hattie. She don't want to cry, and I don't want to cry, but we both do. This morning, outside the church house, I tell Reverend Henry, I can't be on the bridge this morning, but I wish I could be and wanted to. The Reverend smiles. He doesn't say anything. Like it's his way to say, whatever you do is because of nobody but yourself.
Ice-cold colas.
Did you see this for us? Did you see this wonderful bunny that John Morgan drew for me?
I did.
Thank you so much, my little lamb. There's no glasses for the children?
Tastes better right out of the bottle.
I suppose. My Lord, Nathaniel, is that your beard coming in?
Come on, Mom.
Yeah, his beard's coming in all right in his dreams.
I could grow a mustache tomorrow if I wanted to.
Yeah, except it'd be under your arm. You know what he does, Dad? He coats his face with shaving cream and then shaves it off with your razor because Paul Slocum told him it would come in quicker and thicker.
Our children are getting so big, it makes me feel so old. Do you remember when John Morgan was a baby and we all went to the shore and we ate at that little Italian restaurant? What was it called?
Carnahan's?
Yes, what a delightful name for an Italian restaurant. And Nathan insisted on the lobster Newburg.
Why?
Because he had never had it. But when he tasted it, he puckered his face up like this and he said, "Some guy spilled his drink in my lobster Newburg." And then your father said,
What? What'd you say?
I told him it served him right for ordering something he didn't really want and wasn't going to eat.
but when you tasted it.
Somebody had spilled his drink in the lobster. Gwen.
I'm sorry.
Don't cry, Mommy.
Why don't you all take your drinks outside?
Come on, John Morgan.
It's all right. You'll see Mommy in a little bit. At church today, Dorothy Wilder told me that Benny got accepted to Annapolis. She was asking me.
When I woke up this morning, I felt so calm and happy. I didn't want to cry.
I know.
Forrest, I'm so sorry.
Good afternoon, Dixieland fans. It's an uncomfortable 80 degrees in beautiful downtown Breland, and Nathaniel Bedford, wearing 3 layers of sweats, is about to embark on his daily 900-mile run in order to lose 3.5 ounces of body fat.
You're wasting the battery, you know that. You can't even hear the damn thing with the door closed.
Hey, it puts me in the mood, okay?
We're not related by blood, are we?
Nathan, dearest, there's been this one thing that I've been dying to ask you. What's it like spending 3.5 hours sweating and groping with a bunch of half-naked men?
Hey! Here she comes.
Good afternoon, Miss Grossnickel. Beautiful day to be out walking Astral. Glad to see you're over your humors.
Thank you, Francis. John Morgan. Nathaniel.
That woman wants your body bad. Stop right there! Get it, John Morgan. Get over here, Herman Brown, right now!
What do you want, Francie?
I want you to give John Morgan back his quarters, what I want.
I sold him that shoe fair and square.
Give it back.
No way. A deal's a deal. That shoe came off one of them that drowned on the bus.
I I don't believe you for one skinny second, Herman Brown.
I'm telling you, I fished that shoe out of the river myself.
You might have fished a shoe out of the river, because everybody knows that you can't fish for beans. But if you don't give John Morgan back his quarter, I'm gonna knock you flat on your butt.
I'm telling you, Francie, a dead nigger's foot was in that shoe.
Can I help you?
I'm looking for the Bedford residence.
This is our house.
Your folks know you talk like that?
Come here, John Morgan. Put that quarter in your pocket where it belongs, you hear me? What in the world were you gonna do with a crummy old shoe anyway?
Look at it.
Yes,
Mr. Bedford,
that's right.
I'm here for a job. Opal's friend.
Oh, that's right. That was this afternoon. Come on in. Have a seat. So, you know Opal?
Yes, sir. My family's known her for years.
Well, have you done domestic work before?
Yes, sir. I worked for the Carson family over on Magnolia Street till their children got sent away to school. And I worked for Mr. and Mrs. McClintock cooking and cleaning up until the last 2 weeks.
What happened?
I quit. I quit, sir. I wasn't fired.
Well, Opal is a very good judge of character. I'm raising 3 children. Nathaniel, my oldest, is 15. Francie is 13. And John Morgan is almost 7. My wife, their mother, is no longer living at the house. She's not well. I would need you here from 7 in the morning until 7 or 8 at night. Is that a problem?
No, sir, no problem.
I'm prepared to pay $40 a week. We have our own washing machine and dryer. Do you drive a car?
No, sir, I don't.
Well, then. We'll see you first thing in the morning.
My name is Lily.
Nathaniel, Francie. Nathaniel, Francie, let's go. You're going to be late again. John Morgan, I left your school clothes on the bed. Lily, please see to it that he doesn't fill his lunchbox up with jelly donuts.
Yes, Mr. Bedford. You gonna stand there staring at me? You gonna eat?
I'm not going to call you two again.
You like bacon and eggs? Well, come on and sit down.
Opal wore a uniform.
Well, as you can see, I don't. Opal and me do some things the same and a lot of things different. Come on, sit down before it gets cold.
Good morning, Lily.
Good morning.
It smells good. I'm Francie. I was washing the car with John Morgan yesterday when you came by.
You want a plate to go with that?
No.
Lily's going to take John Morgan to Alton Fisk's house. Remember to pick him up on your way home from school.
Okay. You look sexy today, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Sex appeal wins trials.
Don't forget your brother. Lily,
My number at work is on the refrigerator.
Yes, sir.
Nathan!
I'm coming, I hear you. What's that smell?
Bacon and eggs.
Oh, for God's sake.
Lily, this is Nathan. Nathan Lily.
What happened to the celery, Francie?
I threw it out.
You did what?
It was limp.
Nathan's on the wrestling team, Lily.
Do you realize how hard it is to smell bacon and eggs when all you've had to eat for the last 24 hours is 3 oranges, a jar of sauerkraut, and toothpaste?
Nathan allows himself one well-balanced meal a day in order to maintain his fighting weight of exactly 134 pounds. This meal, which he inhales at 7 p.m., not 6:55, not 7:05, must consist of the 4 basic food groups.
Shut up, Francie. Look, I allow myself sauerkraut, celery, horseradish, and pickles during the day. Occasionally, I cheat and eat an orange. In the evenings, I reward myself with a delicious dinner. I eat everything except for cream corn, and I love macaroni and cheese.
Come on, John Morgan, finish up so we won't be late for school. I just want you to know that Herman Brown isn't a friend of mine.
That the boy on the back? I appreciate knowing that.
Come on, John Morgan.
We've been on the road about an hour. It was dark and it had started to rain. The windows were closed because of the rain and it got all muggy in there. So I tried to open it up just a bit. I remember the cool air feeling good on my face. Winston, he leaned over and says, "We're going too fast."
For the record, Winston Grant, also a member of the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks.
I saw Winston get up and move into the driver to give him a piece of his mind. When it rains, Highway 17 gets real slick.
Mr. Williams? Mr. Williams? Do you remember anything else before the accident?
No, sir. All I remember is the bus in the water. Everybody screaming, climbing over everybody, trying to get out.
Let the record show that 3 people drowned on the bus, including Winston Grant. No further questions.
Mr. Williams, can you tell me how fast that bus was going?
Ma'am?
40 miles an hour, 50, 60?
I can't say.
And why is that?
I couldn't see the speedometer.
Thank you.
Mr. Williams, you have your own insurance business, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And how long have you been a member of the Elks?
6 years.
Have you ever driven a bus, Mr. Williams?
Yes, I have.
Where was that?
Columbus, Ohio.
Did you have a valid license?
Yes, sir.
Were you aware that Jimmy Yates did not have a valid license to drive a bus?
No, sir.
If you had known that Jimmy Yates' driver's license had been suspended, would you have offered to drive the bus?
No, sir.
Why is that?
Negroes have not been permitted to drive public transportation in this state.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. No further questions, Your Honor.
Get him up. Yo, come on, get him up. What the hell y'all doing down there?
Sir?
Bedford, Slocum, get up. You know what you look like down there riding Slocum?
No, sir.
You look like a football player. Let me tell you something, I don't like football players. Football players is nothing but fat, overstuffed pussy willows. Do you agree with my sentiments, Bedford?
Yes, sir, I do.
Then what were you doing down there looking like a football player? There ain't a football player alive that can take a wrestler in one-on-one combat if that wrestler follows my time-tested, proven Greco-Roman techniques. Slocum, all fours, assume the position. Y'all drag your butts over here and learn something. Now, when we are riding our opponent, the key is to take him down, and take him down quick. This boy ain't going nowhere. He's mine. You all see what I got here?
Yes, sir.
How about it, Bedford? You see what I'm doing?
Yes, sir. I sure do.
All right, then. I don't want you all in that shower. Scrub yourselves up good. I don't have to tell you that we got our first match in less than a week. And where are we going to be tonight, rain or shine?
Coliseum!
I can't hear you.
Coliseum!
Before the noble warrior race of ancient Sparta entered into battle, they took a secret oath to themselves, their comrades, and their leader. Tonight, we will sanctify our quest for victory and glory. Dismissed.
You all are familiar with Tom Shepard, who owns the Green Line Bus Company. Tom approached me about an hour ago with a proposal I felt it worth all of us hearing. And in light of the sensitive nature of this particular case, I thought it appropriate to ask the Reverend Henry to join us. Mr. Shepard.
I'd like to offer the families of the people who died $5,000. Each.
$5,000 is a considerable sum of money. In return for what?
Reducing the charge against Jimmy Yates from involuntary manslaughter to reckless endangerment.
He had his license suspended for speeding and driving while intoxicated.
No one's saying he's an angel.
That's reassuring, Christina.
Or that he's blameless. He had his problems, and he got into trouble before.
Problems?
Look, Forrest, you want to try to impugn his character, you go right ahead. What are you going to dredge up next, that he's a member of the White Citizens Council? So what? Half the people in this town know somebody on the White Citizens Council. Hell, Forrest, been to a meeting or two yourself.
I'm certain that the families of the deceased would be pleased to hear of your generous offer. But as I'm sure you're well aware, should the district attorney prevail, your bus company would be liable for far more serious damages.
How much, then?
I'm sure we all agree you cannot put a monetary value on a human life. Therefore, rather than the question being one of how much, I think it far more appropriate to discuss justice in this particular case in terms of how many.
How many what?
How many Negro bus drivers would you be willing to hire?
Look, I didn't know Jimmy Yates didn't have a regular bus license.
Mr. Shepard.
And nobody knows for sure whether or not he was
Shepard.
speeding.
Now, we don't live in Jackson, Mississippi, and this isn't 1948. But if you think that jury's going to send Jimmy Yates away, I wouldn't bet on it. And as for your concerns, Reverend Henry, I believe Mr. Shepard would be willing to institute a merit system of employment, thereby affording Negroes equal opportunity for employment as drivers.
Ma'am, the merit system as it has been used in this state has done no more than preserve the status quo. It's rigged.
I believe Jimmy Yates was illegally and recklessly driving that bus in which 3 people died. That's all I'm concerned about.
It's not like Lois is undeveloped. Okay, maybe she didn't have the biggest chest in class, but she's got me beat by a mile.
That's not saying much.
She always wears these tight blouses, and today at lunch she was giving me a hard time over my lack of voluptuousness. And I don't know, I just lost it. I threw a glass of water on that obnoxious, annoying chest of hers.
You did what?
I know I shouldn't have done it, and I know it was wrong, but I did. And then the most amazing thing happened. The front of her blouse started turning colors.
What are you talking about?
I swear, she stuffs her bra with the bunnies.
Francie.
No, Dad, she really does. There they were, bleeding through her blouse in living color. Peanuts, little Abner, Dennis the Menace.
I made that macaroni and cheese just for you.
I can't eat it. I haven't made the weight.
How much you over?
£1.50.
I told you should have stuck to football. But no, Dad played football, so you can't play football. You gotta do something else.
Has nothing to do with that, you flat-chested idiot.
Dad!
If it's any consolation, Francie, all the women in the Bedford family were late bloomers.
May I have some more milk, please?
And some more gravy, too.
Mr. Cruff was talking about you today in class.
About the trial?
He says you're being too hard on Jimmy Yates. He didn't say your name, but he was talking about you.
What do you think?
About what?
About the trial.
I think it's causing a lot of people a lot of pain. Nancy Yates is in my history class, and today she started crying and ran out of the room.
Do you think Jimmy Yates should be held accountable for his actions?
Well, yeah, okay. But her parents are really upset. They're losing sleep, and her father's missing work. It's just doing really terrible things. It's wrecking that whole family.
What about the families of the ones that died?
Can I have my dessert now?
Do you have an opinion on this, Lily?
No, sir.
Look, I'm not saying it wasn't bad what happened to those colored people. Who asked her anyway? She's supposed to be the maid.
Nathan.
I know it was a terrible thing, but she didn't have to show me up like that, like I was saying something stupid.
Sit down, Nathan.
She was out of line. I'm not gonna sit here and listen to her and eat this lousy food.
I knew Marcus. He died on that bus. It wasn't like we was close or anything like that, but there's lots of people grieving for him.
Zola Crawford did it for 12 hours straight. I've been squeezing it since 5 p.m. and I feel like my arm's falling off. But he says that once you build up to 5,000 squeezes 4 times a week, there ain't a wrestler alive who can break your ride.
What do y'all want?
Okay, you better write this down. Okay. I'll have a 32-ounce cup filled with 16 ounces of water and 16 ounces of ice chips, 2 wedges of lemon, and a straw. He'll have a 32-ounce cup filled with 16 ounces of soda water and 8 ounces of ice chips. No lemon wedges, no straw.
So what I'm hearing is you boys want 2 glasses of ice water.
Sounds about right.
Well, now, while I'm at it, is there anything else your heart's desire?
Well, now that you mention it, a side of pickles, onions, relish, and ketchup would really hit the spot. And some more mint-flavored toothpicks for my friend here.
Hey, who do you think I am?
Shirley?
You got a lot of nerve, you know that?
Yes, I do, Cheryl.
I'm gonna have to charge y'all for those cups.
Follow your heart.
Y'all going outside. These stools are for paying customers. I'll bring your meal out to you.
Yes, ma'am. Appreciate it, Cheryl. You know, Nathan, from the back, she looks a lot like, I don't know, think we got some definite potential here, Nathan. What?
How long's Winona been with you?
I don't know. Forever.
She ever sass you?
Nona? She'd rather backtalk her own kin before she'd sass us.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. She loves us. Same as y'all and Opal. What do you hear from her, anyway?
Not much.
Y'all got someone new?
Yeah.
She hard to look at?
She's all right. She put me down tonight.
She what?
At dinner.
Well, you better put your foot down. Either that or get rid of her real quick. She put you down? Well, you better tell your dad. He'll take care of it. He'll know what to do.
Hi. You ready for bed?
Okay.
Did you brush your teeth?
Yes.
Let me get a look at those jumpers. Oh, they're so bright. You've been awfully quiet lately. You miss Opal, don't you?
Yes.
So do I.
Why was Nathan mad at Lily?
Well, because Lily embarrassed him.
How?
Well, she said something it wasn't her place to say. Good night, sonny boy.
Daddy, what would happen if there was a fire?
Here? In the house?
Mama said if there was a fire, she would come and get me.
That's right, she would if she were here. But I'm here. And if there was ever a fire, John Morgan, no matter how big, I would run through that fire. And the first thing I would do is grab you in my arms and hold you very tight and run out of this house as fast as I could. I wouldn't care if the whole house burned down as long as I had you. Sleep tight.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night, sweetheart.
I'll stay the week if you need me to.
Are you quitting?
No, sir.
I suppose Nathan's behavior was uncalled for. But he was caught off guard by your remarks. As was I.
I meant no disrespect.
But you felt it necessary to express your opinion.
Yes, I did. It just came out of my mouth. But to be truthful, I'm glad that it did.
Opal had been with us for many years. Had in fact been with my wife's family since she was a little girl. We had all become very used to her and her ways. A year ago, my wife had a breakdown. Consequently, John Morgan had become very attached to Opal.
Everybody has their difficulties, don't they, sir?
Yes, I guess they do. You knew people on the bus, did you?
Yes, I did.
How do you feel about what's going on?
I try not to think about it.
Why is that?
Because it makes me angry. And I don't know what to do with that anger. I'll see you tomorrow morning, Mr. Bedford.
Where is everybody? How come it's just us?
Because we're the only ones stupid enough to come out here. Probably because we're new. You sure Coach said Section 32?
Try listening, York.
What's your problem, Bedford?
Do you think something happened?
Like what?
How should I know?
I'm taking off. It's gonna rain.
You can't leave.
Oh, no?
Where are you going, Bedford?
Coach?
Remove your worldly garments.
He wants us to take off our clothes.
In ancient Rome, the gladiators would walk into the arena as one. Descend now to the arena.
Hey, Sugarbush, what's growing on your butt? It's a rash, Slocum. Hey, Nathan, Sugar's got a purple fungus growing on his butt. Shut up.
Tonight, as you prepare to embark on the noblest of battles, man against man, no helmets, no pads, no footballs, you must ask yourselves, am I prepared? Am I willing to be a Cherokee warrior? Approach as one. Repeat after me. I am prepared. I am a Cherokee warrior.
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 Mr. Bedford? Mr. Bedford?
Yes?
Hi. My name's Owen Bryce. I'm covering the Yates trial for the Republic. I was wondering if I might have a moment of your time.
You're a long way from home.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't have thought the Republic would have the interest to cover a local trial.
Well, sir, they don't, but I do.
Why is that?
Well, for one thing, I counted around 50 colored folks standing around out here. And for another, the governor himself remarked on your zealous prosecution.
Nothing zealous about it.
Well, sir, I'm with him. If Jimmy Yates is convicted, it could have consequences statewide.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Bryce?
Nothing, sir. I'm just repeating the governor's views.
Well, if the governor has second thoughts about my appointment, he can get on the phone and replace me. Now, if you'll excuse me.
You bet. Thank you for your time, sir.
We left the fairgrounds at around 7:30. It was already raining by then.
What was the atmosphere on the bus?
Excuse me, ma'am?
General conduct of the passengers.
Well, ma'am, I'd have to say they were pretty worked up. There had been some drinking, you know.
On the bus?
Not on the bus, not that I know of. But there was quite a bit going on at the picnic.
How are you feeling, Jimmy?
Truthfully, I was pretty uneasy. It was real loud back there.
Were you scared?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
You ever been in an accident before? I mean, driving a bus?
No, ma'am.
Were you speeding, Jimmy?
No, ma'am, I was not.
No further questions.
How long have you been driving a bus, Jimmy?
4 years.
How long ago was your license suspended?
A couple months ago.
Why was it suspended?
Well, sir, I was speeding.
In fact, you've been cited for speeding 3 times in the last 4 years, Jimmy.
Well, I didn't say I was perfect, sir. But I've never been ticketed while driving a bus. And I was most definitely not speeding that night.
You wrote in your log that you left the fairgrounds at 7:30. The watches of the deceased were stopped at 8:15. It is 45 miles from the fairgrounds to the bridge. That means that you were driving that bus at 60 miles an hour in a 40-mile-per-hour road at night in the rain.
That can't be right.
What's not right? The time, the distance, or the conditions of the road? Simple arithmetic tells us.
Then I didn't leave at 7:30.
But you have just told us under oath that you did. And you wrote in your log that you did.
Then I was wrong. My watch was wrong.
Had you been drinking?
Sir?
The night of the accident, had you been drinking?
I had 1 beer at the picnic. They offered, I accepted. That was it.
You don't like working on weekends. Do you, Jimmy?
No, I don't.
You're tired of being on the low end of the totem pole. You're tired of the humiliation of getting stuck with the nigger runs. That's what you called it, isn't it? The nigger runs?
Is that a crime in the state?
You had a party to go to on Saturday night, didn't you?
That's right.
And you didn't want to be too late because there were going to be girls there, and you had to get home so that you could take a shower and change. And this busload of coloreds was holding you up. So with total disregard for safety or for the well-being of human lives, you, over the protestations of your passengers, kept speeding until you crashed that bus.
Objection.
And 3 people died.
Objection.
Sustained. Mr. Bedford, let's keep the editorials in the newspapers.
No further questions, Your Honor?
Look, I was on that bus, too. I didn't try to kill those people. He's trying to make me out to be something I'm not. I never said I was perfect, or I never screwed up. I'm sorry for those people who died, but I did not want to crash. I didn't want anybody to die. I was on that bus, too.
But they were passengers. You were the driver. How long have you been driving a bus, Jimmy?
4 years.
How long ago was your license suspended?
A couple months ago.
Why was it suspended?
Well, sir, I was speeding.
In fact, you've been cited for speeding 3 times in the last 4 years, Jimmy.
Well, I didn't say I was perfect, sir. But I've never been ticketed while driving a bus. And I was most definitely not speeding that night.
You wrote in your log that you left the fairgrounds at 7:30. The watches of the deceased were stopped at 8:15. It is 45 miles from the fairgrounds to the bridge. That means that you were driving that bus at 60 miles an hour in a 40-mile-per-hour road at night in the rain.
That can't be right.
What's not right? The time, the distance, or the conditions of the road? Simple arithmetic tells
Then I didn't leave at 7:30.
But you have just told us under oath that you did. And you wrote in your log that you did.
Then I was wrong. My watch was wrong.
Had you been drinking?
Sir?
The night of the accident, had you been drinking?
I had 1 beer at the picnic. They offered, I accepted. That was it.
You don't like working on weekends. Do you, Jimmy?
No, I don't.
You're tired of being on the low end of the totem pole. You're tired of the humiliation of getting stuck with the nigger runs. That's what you called it, isn't it? The nigger runs?
Is that a crime in the state?
You had a party to go to on Saturday night, didn't you?
That's right.
And you didn't want to be too late because there were going to be girls there, and you had to get home so that you could take a shower and change. And this busload of coloreds was holding you up. So with total disregard for safety or for the well-being of human lives, you, over the protestations of your passengers, kept speeding until you crashed that bus.
Objection.
And 3 people died.
Objection.
Sustained. Mr. Bedford, let's keep the editorials in the newspapers.
No further questions, Your Honor?
Look, I was on that bus too. I didn't try to kill those people. He's trying to make me out to be something I'm not. I never said I was perfect, or I never screwed up. I'm sorry for those people who died, but I did not want to crash. I didn't want anybody to die. I was on that bus too.
But they were passengers. You were the driver. I thought you should know I'm considering accepting the plea.
Might I ask why?
I saw the faces on the jurors when Jimmy Yates said that he was not a murderer and that he intended no harm. And I know that you did too.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Bedford. Your family has lived in these parts for generations. Do you believe Jimmy Yates is guilty?
Yes, I do.
So do I. I also believe those white jurors, many of whom are not unlike yourself, Mr. Bedford, when asked to weigh the evidence and look into their hearts, they'll do what they perceive to be right and just.
The case goes to the jury tomorrow.
You believe in God, Mr. Bedford? Before I went to divinity school, I was seriously thinking about going to law school. My father, he was a preacher, talked me out of it. Said the law is an honorable profession, but if you become a lawyer, you will in all likelihood be dependent on white people for a portion of your salary. And if you are dependent on them for your livelihood, then your decisions concerning your people will be less clear because of that dependency. Negroes pay my salary. Every dollar I earn is paid by Negro men, women, and children. I am neither beholden to nor dependent on the judgment of white people. But in this building, in this trial, in this room, Mr. Bedford, I am.
Well, she's sitting there with her pork chops, green beans, beautiful salad. And that little girl ain't gonna eat. So Miss Graham come around the corner and she says, "Oh, Mary Beth, you don't like your pork chops?" Mary Beth said, "No, Mama, I don't." So Miss Graham said, "Jolynn, Mary Beth don't like her pork chops. How's about fixing her some of your delicious chicken?" "Yes, ma'am," I says. "Poor little baby, got a fussy tummy." Fussy tummy, my butt. That little princess ain't nothing but a spoiled bitch. What she think I'm running? A restaurant? Mary Beth don't like this, she don't like that, she don't like nothing. And it all come from that mother. Now that Mr. Graham, he ain't so bad for ugly white man, but that woman will not be pleased. Mary Beth, get out of that dirt. Now I'm gonna have to wash that dress for the 50th time this week. Well, she can buy herself a brand new car every year, but can't she buy a washing machine? Keep me here till 10 o'clock tonight.
John Morgan, you want ice cream?
You working Opal's old job?
Yes.
What happened to Opal?
She went to Chicago to be with some of her people.
Never been to Chicago. You ever been north?
No. But I've been to Maryland.
Yeah? What for?
I was working in a poultry plant. Went up there with my husband.
Where he be at now?
Good question.
Yeah, well, I seen that Mr. Bedford's picture in the paper over that trial they got. They gonna get that white boy?
Don't know.
What the man say?
Don't say much.
Well, anyways, we lose. Well, if that white boy don't get off, I am gonna catch pure hell from Miss Graham over what them nigger lovers done. And if he do get off, some know-it-all nigger gonna do something dumb and make it just as worse. Mary Beth, you hear what I done told you? Now you get yourself out of that dirt right now.
You sure you don't want ice cream? No, thank you.
Then how about a push?
If you want to.
Mr. Bedford?
Mrs. Yates? Mr. Yates?
I know who you are. I know what kind of folks you come from. Your granddaddy's neck was as red as mine.
Come on now.
You ask anybody. Somebody needed something, Jimmy helped. And he never asked nothing in return. We got people proud to call me and mine their friends. Damn you to hell, Forrest Bedford. You should be ashamed.
That's all right. Bedford! Take the crate, crack the back, press around them.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
Mr. Yates, will you please rise? Mr. Foreman, will you please read your decision?
In the matter of the state versus James Edward Yates, we find the defendant not guilty of involuntary manslaughter.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, thank you for your time and efforts. Mr. Yates, you're free to go. This case is now closed.
We take no prisoners! Oh, man, it was so beautiful.
As a matter of fact, it was the most beautiful sight I have ever seen. Blue Demons 23, Warriors 25.
Oh. Sugar, though you were defeated on riding time, you still wrestled a hell of a match. You get him next time.
Yeah, just drop your drawers and show them that rash on your butt. Oh. More food, come on, yeah!
Oh, come on, Nathan, I can't eat anymore. I'm gonna bust a gut.
Yeah, well, you do realize we're gonna have to run all this off, don't you?
So we'll run. I'm so pumped I could run till forever anyway.
Hey! Are you boys crazy or what?
Yes, ma'am, we are.
Now, look. I got a lot of customers inside who are getting real irritated at all this screaming and yelling and carrying on.
Well, Shirley, darling, do you know what we just did?
No, darling, and I don't care.
We break the trach,
Crack the back, and crush the round ones.
Y'all are out of your minds. You know that. Now, look, you don't hold it down, I'm calling a cop. I'm serious.
okay if I come in?
Please do. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I suppose you're here to bury the hatchet.
Actually, I'm here to gloat. Of course, my victory will probably turn you into a hero. Hell, the governor will probably congratulate you on your forceful handling of a very sensitive situation.
I'm sure it'll reinforce his belief that I'm the right man for the job.
You are the right man for the job. You are. You're fair and decent, and you're a good lawyer.
I wasn't fishing.
You know, I wasn't worried about the people you put on the stand or any of the evidence you'd bring out against Jimmy. There's only one thing I was worried about.
And what was that?
You. You're no liberal firebrand come down from the north to change our ways and shake us up. You're one of us. The only person I was afraid they'd believe was you.
Well, it's nice to know I didn't let you down, Christina.
No, you didn't. Well, anyway, I'll see you.
Christina? Could I buy you a drink?
It's a dry county, Forrest. What'd you have in mind?
I don't know. I hadn't really thought it out. How about dinner, then?
All right.
Didn't you have your match today?
Uh-huh.
How'd you do?
I won.
On the decision, or did you completely and totally destroy it?
Complete and total distraction.
Really? Congratulations.
Thanks.
So what's with the pre-run fight check?
Me, Slocum, and Sugarbush just finished stuffing our faces.
What did you have?
Personally, me, I had 4 cheeseburgers, 3 fries, 2 onion rings, and 2 shakes. 1 vanilla and 1 strawberry.
Huh. Pressure don't do that to you, Nathan. Too much denial.
Have you seen my red sweatshirt?
It's on the line out back. What is with you in that sweatshirt anyway?
What?
It's like John Morgan's security blanket, except it stinks even after it's been washed.
You know, you're an extremely lucky girl, Francie.
How's that?
If I wasn't so fond of you, I'd break you like a twig.
You're not right in the head. You know that, don't you? Normal people don't run 9 miles after wrestling all afternoon and stuffing themselves like a pig.
You know I can't eat those.
Then don't. They're not just for you.
What I mean is I can't eat them because I just ate.
Suit yourself. I'm making some cooked carrots and green beans for you for dinner.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm going for a run.
Dinner's at 7.
Look, what I said the other night, I'm sorry.
Sorry about what?
What do you mean? I'm sorry that I was rude. What is this? What's your problem? I apologized, didn't I?
You don't think I'm here. I'm here. This is not me. This is you. Your things, your house, your family. I'm me. And you don't see me. You can't apologize because you don't even know what you should be sorry for.
some fresh-made peanut butter cookies for you.
Thank you.
What book is that?
It's about animals.
What kind?
All kinds. Animals on the farm, and in the forest, and in the jungle.
Oh. My little girl would love that book.
You have a little girl?
Yes.
What's her name?
Adelaine. She's 6 years old, just like you.
Who's watching her while you're with me?
Her granddaddy.
Does she have a daddy?
Sure, she got a daddy. Everybody's got a daddy. Ain't you gonna try one of my cookies? Opal said you love peanut butter cookies.
She did?
Mm-hmm.
Did she say anything else about me?
Lots of things. She said you have lots of secrets locked inside your heart. And if I was real lucky, you might tell me one. She said you were a very strong boy. And that she loved you very, very much. And no matter where she went or how far away she'd be, you'd always be with her in her heart.
Opal said she had to leave because she was too old. I don't think she was too old. My mother's in the hospital.
I know.
But she's gonna get better.
Would it be all right if I gave you a hug? I could sure use one right now.
Shouldn't we be sitting over there with them?
No.
How come?
Because you with me. Didn't Opal never take you on no bus?
No, ma'am.
Why's that?
I don't know.
Come on now.
What should I do with my gum?
Give it here.
Mr. Bedford, you ought to come take a look at what's going on out there. What are they doing?
That fish Sugar Bush take an easy way out?
What do you mean?
He said he'd rather puke it up than run it out.
Think you'll do it?
No way. You saw him. He took that hog feed real personal. Absolutely no way he's giving up that food.
Bet he comes in 2 pounds over.
Coach is gonna rip him a new butt.
Yo, Sugar Bush, drag your butt over here and assume the position.
One thing I know for damn sure, Nathan.
What's that?
This has been one beautiful day, and I'm gonna be awful sorry when it's over.
You ready?
man. Oh, man. Sauerkraut from maybe a kook. But he's right. You can't tell me football players gotta get in this kind of shape.
You ever been to one of those?
One of what?
The juke joint.
What for? Ain't nothing but a bunch of niggers listening to nigger music.
Let's check it out.
What, are you crazy, man? I'm tired. Let's go home.
I'm gonna check it out. See you later.
Nathan!
See you later!
Nathan!
You looking for something?
No, I'm just, can I come in?
Why?
Just to listen. I play the guitar.
You 18?
No.
You can't come in.
How come me and you had to change our seats?
Because the lady wanted to sit.
How come she couldn't sit in the back?
Because she's white.
I'm white. How come I could sit back there?
Because you're a little boy.
I got something in my shoe.
Let's sit down over here.
How come colored people are different from white people?
I don't know. We look different, don't we?
Yeah? How come colored people aren't as good?
You think that, do you, John Morgan?
Yeah, don't you?
I most certainly do not. Some people think that's because they've heard other people say that for a long time. And when you've been told something for a long time, you begin to believe it, even if it ain't true.
Herman Brown says colored people got different private parts than we do.
That right?
Yeah.
Come on. You want to piggyback ride?
Yeah.
Get on up here then. Oh, up, up. You know, hold on tight.
I am.
Oh, God. One fine morning when my life is over, I'll fly away to our home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away.
Mr. Bedford. There's something else, sir? I mean, what's going on out there? I don't suppose anyone could have seen this happening to you, sir?
No, Mr. Bryce, I don't.
Of course, sometimes it takes something to make things happen, you know, get them started up like a car engine on a cold morning. Do you think that this might have happened if you'd accepted a plea, sir?
I wouldn't know about that.
Look at this place. What a beautiful building. Look at this lawn. Tuck in your shirt, John Morgan. What? Come on now, your mama's waiting on you. Come on. What's wrong?
I don't want to go in there.
Ain't you never been inside before?
I have.
Then what's the matter then? What?
I don't like it in there.
All right. That's all right, John Morgan. I'll tell you what. You sit yourself right over there, and I'll be right back.
Can I help you?
Miss Bedford, please.
Wait here.
Hello. You must be Lily.
Yes, ma'am.
Where's John Morgan?
He's outside, ma'am.
Well, Lily, please bring him right in.
He don't want to, ma'am.
He doesn't want to come in?
No, ma'am.
Well, that's so silly. You just go right on out there and tell him that I'm waiting for him right here.
Miss Bedford, I think you should go outside and see him.
Whatever for? I am telling you to please go outside and tell my little boy to come in here to his mother.
He can't.
I don't understand.
I don't think this is such a beautiful building to John Morgan. I'll be right here if you need me, Miss Bedford.
Mr. Bedford, we're putting together some food and water for those out at the courthouse. What can I do for you?
You knew, didn't you? You knew they wouldn't convict that boy.
I thought that was a distinct possibility.
You needed something to provoke your community, and a plea bargain wouldn't have done that.
No, it would not have.
And you didn't care that Jimmy Yates went free.
3 of my people died because that boy was in a hurry, because there was a party, or because he just felt like it. When they pulled that bus from the river, there were just a handful of people standing beside me on that bridge, Mr. Bedford. Now there are 500 people sitting out in front of that courthouse, not because 3 people died, but because Jimmy Yates was set free.
You set me up.
Did I? Although we both knew Jimmy Yates was guilty, you did not believe that a jury would convict him. So therefore, the reasonable choice was to accept the plea.
That's right. It was.
Then what happened? Why didn't you? You'll have to excuse me. I gotta get to the courthouse.
Do you have to do that here?
Do what?
You're pigging it.
We are in the kitchen, Nathan.
So?
So, if you want to deprive yourself of simple pleasures, go right ahead. But ice cream helps me to concentrate, and particularly as I'm reaching the climax of the Peloponnesian Wars, which I'm sure you'll recall dragged on for 30 long years.
Eat your food.
Hey, you two.
Hi, Deb.
Hey, Deb.
Sorry about the trial.
You heard? So does this mean Jimmy Yates gets off completely free?
Yes.
Is that why all the colored people are sitting out by the courthouse?
You heard about that too, did you?
It's all over town. It's even on the radio.
They called it a protest.
So what's gonna happen now?
I don't know.
Just gonna let him sit there or what?
I don't know.
In Alabama and Mississippi, they turned dogs and hoses on him, and they hit him in the head with clubs. Is that gonna happen here, Dad?
I don't know. So how did you make out today?
I did all right.
All right, what's that mean? Win, lose, or draw?
I won.
He didn't just win. He pinned him. He ground him in the ground like he was nothing more than a smelly old cigarette butt. He crushed him, Dad. He completely, utterly, and totally destroyed him.
That's my boy.
All right.
Lily left some supper for you in the oven. What?
Nothing.
I'll get your dinner for you.
No, thank you, Francie. I have to run out again. I left something at the office.
You work too hard, Dad.
Put that other light on if you're going to read down here.
Okay.
Guess you're dropping by for the after-dinner drink.
I'm so embarrassed.
You ought to be.
Were you waiting at the restaurant all this time?
Only for about an hour or so. Then I ordered. Sure everyone in the restaurant knew I'd been stood up. I'd be damned if I was going to walk out without eating.
I'm sorry.
Want to know what I had? Did you get cold feet or a better offer, Forrest?
Actually, I forgot.
Did you see the faces of those Negroes on the courthouse steps? There's no anger. They showed no fear. They were resolved. Things are changing.
I thought I had a handle on it. You You know, before we went to jury, I was ready to accept your plea.
Why didn't you?
That's a good question. You're right, things are changing. And I'm afraid of that because what I feel and what I want are not what I know is right.
What do you want?
I don't know. I want things to remain as they've been, and I want things to change. Is that childish?
No, not really. Just wishful.
I'd like to try again.
All right.
Good night, Christina.
Good night.
Everybody's got their troubles. That's a fact. Everybody lives in their own world. And everybody lives in the same world. Maybe if I understood other people better, I'd have a better fix on myself. I feel like I'm trying to be something I think I'm supposed to be. But I don't know who that is. Mr. Bedford seems to me to be a man who's also trying to be something he thinks he's supposed to be. But there's something inside him that wants to get out. I have a strange feeling inside me. It's not good, it's not bad. It's like something's coming. Like something's gonna happen. Like there's a turn in the weather. There's a part of me wants to run inside. Stay dry. Safe. And another part wants to run outside. Say, let it